Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Heroes of the Storm Let's Play. Now on this one we're going to be reviewing the class of Lily. She is a ranged support class, but basically all she is a healer. She really can't do any damage whatsoever, other than her natural melee attack, which happens to be ranged as well, which is kind of nice for a healing class. Not all of them are, so we'll look through the skins. You'll see the different effects you can get for them. Right now there's not a lot of skins to pick from because this is the alpha technical version. And of course you can always change the variations of the color if you happen to like the outfit, but you don't like the different colors that go with it. She is one of the classes that can use mounts, so you can pick any mount that you have access to, and she'll use that. Again, you can change the color of those mounts to a separate degree, to make them more unique to what you want. And the cool thing is if you change the mount on this one, you can change the mount on another character that you're able to use, and each character will remember what mount they were using, so you don't have to switch back and forth. Now every class gets 4 abilities to start with, and this one's no different. Difficulty on this one is easy, and I would have to agree with that. It was very easy to play her. Now Healing Brew. Heal a nearby ally. This is pretty cool. It actually heals the person with the lowest health automatically just within a general area, and the area is rather big. Cloud Serpent summons a serpent to assist an ally. It's kind of cool. It's like a little dragon that floats over their shoulder and assists them in attacking. You also get abilities later on to improve this to do not only healing but boosting attack speed and a whole bunch of other stuff. Blinding Wind. Blind and damage nearby enemies. That's good if you need to get away. If the enemy's surrounding you, you want to use this real quick and then run away. They won't be able to see where you're at. Fast Feet. When struck by enemy heroes, gain movement speed. Again, this is a great way to get out of combat. It's just an innate ability. You don't have to actually cast it. Your heroic abilities, again, you get at level 10, and you can only pick one of the 2. Jug of 1,000 Cups. Rapidly heal nearby allies. This one's rather cool. When you cast it, it summons a giant barrel floating around you, and anybody within the giant circle around you will automatically be healed by this barrel, and it heals rather quickly in a very huge fight where the other team has 4 or 5 guys and your team has maybe 3 guys. Your 3 guys can hold their own and basically almost remain full health because of this spell. So it's a great healing spell. Of course you have to wait for it to come back, so that's the disadvantage. Water Dragon heavily damages and slows the nearest enemy hero. I haven't used this one yet. As I said, she's mostly, majorly actually, a healing class. She doesn't do very much damage. We'll look at the talents and see maybe as she progresses through the levels if something like that opens up, and she can actually go down more towards a attacking and healing as the same time. But I'm guessing this one's not going to be that way. Now at level 1, you get Conjured Pursuit. Every 3 regeneration globes grants a extra 0.25 mana per second permanently. Now, I've said this before when I've reviewed characters, I love the permanently part. You get this early on in the beginning of the game, and by the time you're like level 10, level 20, or level 15, you've hopefully gotten quite a few of those globes, and your mana is no longer an issue. At the beginning it might be. This class happens to be one of the few ones where mana doesn't seem to be as big of an issue as some of the other ones. If you get into a long, prolonged fight, it's going to become an issue, but for the most part, not so much. Blinding Wind hits up to 5 enemies. Gale Force, damage dealt by Blinding Wind increased by 25%, so I guess you could go more towards the damaging route. But again, Blinding Wind only blinds them. I don't really see it doing too much damage. Bribe. Kill enemy minions to gain stacks of bribe. Use 20 stacks to bribe target mercenaries, instantly defeating them. Does not work on golems. Golems are like the boss guys. This one really would not be very good for this class. You're not killing enemies most of the time, you're healing. So I would kind of stay away from that. Lingering Blind. Increase the number of basic attacks missed to 2. So I guess the basic attacks missed is just 1. That's kind of sucky for the blind spell. Protective Shield. Activate to shield an ally hero for 185 damage for 5 seconds. Now this is what I usually get right here, simply because having an extra shield to toss on your ally as a healer class is really something nice. It's basically an extra heal spell that you don't have to cast, and it doesn't take any power, so you can cast this when you're completely out of mana and still be able to protect your allies. Activate to poison an enemy hero, dealing 210 damage over 6 seconds. So I guess if you went down this route, you would have actually an attack spell worth using. Healing Word. Activate to place a ward on the ground that heals allies in an area for 3% of their max health every second for 10 seconds. And that's kind of nice right there. That's basically 3% for 10 seconds. That's 30% of their life for everybody in the area. Haven't used this one yet. I actually just got this opened up, so I'll definitely be trying that one on my next mission. The good stuff. Health restored from Healing Brew increased by 25%. As a healer, if that's the route you really want to go down towards, for me, that's a definite, way to go. This is what you want to get. Anything that increases your Healing Brew, which is your major healing spell, is a definitely good thing. Bringer of Gifts. Cloud Serpent also heals the target for 100 health and 20 mana. Now, the Serpent helps your ally out with attacking, and I told you earlier you could buff them up and also heal. This is something that's cool too, but 25% healing brew increased is very nice, especially later on when you get the one that allows you to heal 2 people with your healing brew instead of just 1. And then, of course, 25% for each one of those. You could see the difference. Activate to call down Mule that repairs structures, 1 at a time, near target point for 60 seconds. Healing for 100 health every 1 second. Grants 1 ammo every 5 seconds. Now, I'm actually going to try this one the next time I get to this level. I kind of like the idea of healing my buildings. I want to try that. I haven't tried that with any of my other structure or other characters yet, so it's definitely worth trying on that one. Activate to reveal an area for 10 seconds. Enemies in the area are revealed for 4 seconds. Heroic abilities, I talked about these already. Cooldown is 70 seconds on this one. Rapidly tosses brews to the most injured nearby allies, prioritizing heroes over minions, restoring a total of 600 health and 120 mana over 6 seconds. Restores no mana when targeting you. Now, I didn't know it restored mana, which just makes it even better than it was before. This one, its cooldown is 45 seconds, so not quite as long as this one. Lili summons a water dragon that deals 260 damage to the nearest enemy hero and half to nearby enemies. They are also slowed by 40% for 3 seconds. Lightning Serpent. Serpent's attack bounce to 3 nearby enemies targets, dealing 5 damage each. Hindering Winds also slows targets by 25% for 2 seconds. Elusive Feet. Upon taking damage, gain 2 charges of block. 50% reduced basic attack damage for 10 seconds. This effect has a 10-second cooldown. Well, if it only lasts for 10 seconds and it has a 10-second cooldown, then you should be able to use it over and over and over again. Activate to reduce an enemy's hero damage by 50% at movement speed by 50% for 4 seconds. Ice Block. Activate to place yourself in stasis and gain invulnerability for 3 seconds. This could be kind of nice. Out of all of these, actually, they kind of all suck, in my opinion. I guess this one would be okay because you're going to be using a Lightning Serpent, a little bit, but yeah, I guess I'd go with this one. But the fact that it only lasts for 3 seconds and you can only use it every 80 seconds really is just... I would skip all of these if I could. 2 for 1. This is one I referred to earlier. Healing Brew throws a drink to the 2 lowest health allies, but increases the mana cost by 15. So it's kind of a give and take. You're going to increase the mana cost, but you're going to be healing more people. And the fact that you would have to cast the spell twice to heal 2 people, the mana cost is worth it. You're not gonna. It's not doubling the mana cost. It's actually, I think, like 1.5 times the amount. So you're saving half of your mana. Removes all disabling effects and increases the movement speed of the targets by 20% for 2 seconds. This is something that gets thrown onto your healing orbs if you use this. I've never really used it. I don't really see any effect or really reason to use it. If you're a healing class, you should be healing. I guess if your team's not really getting hurt that much and they're getting stunned a lot, this might be worth it, but not really worth it in my opinion. Increase the range of Healing Brew Cloud Serpent, and Blinding Wind by 25%. That could come in handy, so you could stay further in the back without getting hit. Timeless Creature, duration of Cloud Serpent increased by 50%. And Stone Skin, activate to gain 30% of your max health as a shield for 5 seconds. Resurgence of the Storm. Upon dying, revive back at your altar after 5 seconds. This can occur every 120 seconds. Now normally I would say get this, because usually at level 20, when you first start a character, there's really like sucky things to pick from, just the top 2 here. But on this class, the top 2 are actually pretty good. Storm Shield. Activate to give all nearby ally heroes a shield for 20% of their max health for 3 seconds. This is really nice. You don't have to pick somebody just in the area that you are. You cast this, and it heals them. Very, very, very cool thing to have. I use this all the time. Now I've just recently unlocked these Jug of 1,000,000 cups. Jug of 1,000 cups throws out twice as many cups over the same duration. That would make this spell incredibly useful when attacking the enemy's base. They would really not be able to even to stop you or hurt you at all. After hitting a target with Water Dragon, another dragon is summoned at the point of impact. That's cool, you double your dragons. Bolt of Storm. Activate to teleport to a nearby location. Given the other things that you can pick from, the Storm Shield, Jug, and Double, I would say this one is completely worthless. And this one is kind of nice, but it's not nearly as good as these other ones. So again, guys, you have to decide for yourself what you want to do and how you want to play your character, like always. If you like these videos, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment below, or as always, hit me up in game. Thanks again for watching.